So Caron, working at Tower Records in the late 80s, you learned some things, and one of the things you told me was interesting, that in-store record play actually helped sales.
It did, you know, because the clerks, each clerk was able to, you know, put stuff up that they thought was good, and they might have been obscure, you know, and so you put that on and people would come up and say, what's that for me, you know? So I think it did really help.
Do you think it was possible to sell a lot of units that way?
Not a lot of units, but you would sell some, you know.
So that could happen for a local artist as well?
It could, you know, I mean, if they played local music and someone came up and asked who was playing, yeah, that would work. You know, I mean, that's like having your music on an end cap, you know. You know, when it's visible or when you can hear it, it makes people ask what it is, you know. It works.
So I remember you having one of the best stereo systems in town at Tower at Watt and El Camino. It made me stay and listen, just to let you know. But I mean, did you find that playing an album in its entirety, see, we always shied away from that in radio because
Right.
we felt that it was unfamiliar, but you didn't, you had the guts to play unfamiliar music in your store.
Well, you know, and some of the employees, you know, that was their goal, was to play something that was particularly unfamiliar because, you know, the more obscure it was, the hipper they were, you know what I mean?
That's right. That was the era where the more you knew about music, the
Right.
more of a genius everyone thought you were.
Right. So, yeah, you wouldn't want to put something up, you know, you wouldn't want to put some top 40 thing up there, you know, because that would make you look like an idiot.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, I was playing top 40 music in the 80s back when I was an idiot. That was a quad, but you know, I try to forget that era as far as being a silly top 40 DJ. I like the fact that I went through all that and learned a lot, but I eventually thought that top 40 was just a big fake repetitious thing.
Right, and much of top 40 was fake, so
yeah,
you know.
In fact, it was fake reported records, right?
Fake reported records, so yeah, so you know, why would you want to put that on?
Yeah, so do you think that say a chart in a record store influences people to want to buy what's on top of the chart?
Maybe some people, yeah, maybe some people, you know, word of mouth is also really, you know, really important.
Why was it so important for record labels to get their records high on the charts and to get, you know, record buyers to report higher than normal figures?
It must have translated into sales, but also there was, you know, each record label sort of had an ego all into itself, you know, so to say that, you know, if your company has the top artist, you know, that's like bragging rights, sort of. So there was a little bit of that, as well as probably it translating into actual sales, I would think.
Thank you, Caron.
You bet.